Grace and peace, everybody. Welcome to BereanTv. I wanna share something. Yesterday, I made a video talking about Sunday seminary. It's an 8-week course that we're training people that's involved in apologetics. We do certain things, and what I want to do is just equip believers. And we're going to go through a few different things. I was explaining in this video that we're going to go through a few different things, and one of the things that we're going to go through is who's who in the urban apologetics setting on YouTube, on Facebook, who have channels, who's out here sharing and teaching and calling themselves apologists or defending the faith. And it got back, I seen in a thread that a pastor actually text some people that I know, and I guess he didn't know that I was on the thread, and he put a link with that video, and he said that basically Berean need to give us a heads up if he gonna say anybody name. And I took offense to that. I was upset. I took offense to that. I said, listen, I'll just leave the thread. They didn't know I was on the thread. And so a couple of people called me and talk to me or whatever. But I want to explain something. I want to explain something about and in the same video I spoke on Craig G. Lewis, from X Ministries, and how there was certain what I would call myself, and I got this from another brother, who I would call Christian Israelites. Some people call them Messianics. They're not. I like to separate them. They're different from the camps. They're different from GMS. And even the camps are different. And I just was telling people in the video, it's a video about Sunday seminary, I was telling the people that we have to, we just have to be careful when we're putting information out there. We want to make sure we put the right information out there. A lot of times people have always, said that Christians would lie out of ignorance, or they would lie for other reasons and not tell the whole truth. A lot of times people don't know the truth, or they don't know certain things. And I'm rambling a little bit, but I'm trying to go somewhere because I'm upset. So 2 things I spoke about in the video that was kind of problematic, and I'm always, I'm always having problems. I'm not on my medication right now, so I'm gonna really keep it 100. When it comes down to it, people don't understand some things. For that pastor and those, there's a political side. There's what we call politics to the church. And a lot of times people tell me, listen, you get into too much stuff that people don't need to know. They don't need to know how we get down. I only know 2 groups of people. The guys that are on the block that I was associated with in the past, people that I know coming home and this and that, and preachers. I don't know no regular in-between people. I know preachers and bishops, and I know them guys on the block. There's politics in the church, and a lot of times we can't talk about politics in the church because we're all compartmentalized. We have certain, there's just certain, I got to fit in a certain box. I'm an ignorant Pentecostal, so I got to fit in the Pentecostal box. I used to say back in the days, when I was in Atlanta about 2-3 years ago, I used to make videos. In my earlier videos, I would shout out some brothers that I used to talk religion with in the workplace in Atlanta, and I used to say shout out to them guys, shout out to them cats in GOCC, and I got a good bit of flack because of that, and a lot of people don't understand that it's for a reason. We have to be compartmentalized. When I say people names. That's the thing that had the other pastor upset, that I said I'm going to say people names, and I mentioned Vocab Malone and the role that Vocab plays, because he plays a major role in apologetics when we're dealing with the Hebrew Israelites. You can say what you want. Vocab Malone, basically, he introduced a lot of white America, James White and them folk, apologists. He introduced them to Hebrew Israelites. And he deals specifically with One West. So in the video I said I'm going to bring out different apologists, and I'm going to speak about their strengths and their weaknesses. And I brought up the thing with Craig G. Lewis and how Major, Boom Atlanta, them folk down there in Florida, Jacksonville, who are believers, who are Israelites, who are believers, and how they had a problem with certain things that came from G. Craig ministry and certain things he said about Hebrew Israelites. We tend to, as apologists, sometimes, a lot of us, as Christians in general, we tend to just make blanket statements. Now, what a lot of people don't understand, and I'm talking to you and you Israelites right now. This is a message to the believing Israelites. What y'all don't understand is to be an apologist, to be a pastor, to be a minister, a lot of times you don't have to be a deep researcher. Why? Because most Christians don't know no Bible. Which things that I say, people don't go back and checking behind me. They should. I'm not saying I'm saying wrong things, but to keep it 100, a lot of Christians don't know Bible. This is how come Israelites are banging so hard, and not even regular people in the pulpit, but banging on the pastors. And this is just keeping it 100. Now, keeping it 100 is, that kind of cause problems. But like I said, there's a political side to the church. I'm affiliated with a certain people, and I do certain things. And for whatever reasons, people can't mix. I can't get out here and I can't start talking. I text on the side. I would text and talk to a few people, but I can't get out here to keep it 100. I can't get out here and just make no video with Major and Kelly and all them cats. Y'all keep it a Sabbath. We can't rock like that because it's us against them. A lot of times people come to me, Berean, you sounding like you listen, whose side are you on? You with us or you with them? And this is the religious madness. This is the religious madness, and that is a political side. So if I'm acting like, listen, I'm getting out here and I'm gonna say certain things, or I'll do a video. It's not like we discuss it, or I'll do a video with somebody else from another camp. We can't do that, from Israelites, and I'm a Christian. We can't do that stuff because we can't mingle, because it's flying different flags. I'm keeping it 100. It's flying different flags. Listen, if we flying red, Major, y'all over there flying blue. We can't rock with y'all. This is how it is. This is how it is. This is how it is. You don't, so I'm going to bring out a couple of things. You don't need to be heavy to be apologist or minister or anything, because most Christians, whatever you tell them, they just don't accept it. Most Christians ain't reading the Bible like that. I forgot where that survey was. One survey said so many people think that Joan of Arc is Noah's wife. It's craziness, but this is just, like I said, this is just keeping it 100. I'm going to take my time because I'm going to bring out a couple of points. When we start talking about Craig G. Lewis and them and X Ministries and all of this stuff, a lot of times if we deal with videos, we moved with numbers, if we selling videos and this and that. So we'll just go grab a little bit of information and we making it happen. We'll just go out there and throw a little something out there just to get our numbers up, just to sell videos or DVDs. And there is that business side and political side of ministry to make things happen. So of course, a brother like him is not going to spend time and get deep into the different camps and all of this stuff to explain it to believers. All you got to tell believers, they all the devil. They ain't right. That's how we do with everybody. The Taxel, hoax, Freemasonry, they all the devil. Every Freemason is a devil. And we got to keep it like that for numbers. We got to keep it like that for certain reasons. So we got to say all them folk, them GMS, ISUPK, Major, Kelly, all of y'all the devil, because y'all keeping the law. And y'all don't want no Christmas tree. Oh, Lord, I shouldn't have said that. But this is what it is. This is what it is, and basically, like I say, it is what it is. We have to accept that. So I said that I was going to bring out the strength and weaknesses in different apostle of people that's involved in apologetics, just to keep it 100. This other funny pastor, he going texting up in the, he hit my man and them up in the text, talking about, oh, he get ready to say names. We should have a heads up. He's involved, but he's not even one of the forerunners in this whole movement. This is where the crazy stuff coming in. He start talking about, listen, when I say red pill, blue pill, Garfield, Sinetta, I don't got to talk to them dudes about saying their names. I don't got to give them no heads up. I'm going to say names. If I'm going to say names, vocab alone, I'm saying, listen, I'm going to say names. And this is just how it is. Damon Richardson, I'm going to throw names out there. I'm not scared of you folk. But it's political pressure. It's political pressure. Berean, you can't get no engagements like that. First of all, you sound like a lot of pastors, and I got pastor friends. And they a whole bunch of people, I know pastors that I grew up with, and they rock with a Christmas tree. Some pastors don't rock with a Christmas tree in their church, but they say they do it home for the kids, for the grandkids. Berean, you know better. Christmas tree don't have nothing to do with salvation and stuff like that. And I would often argue the point, if it offends other people, if they think Jeremiah 10 and it offends other people, will you do that to offend a brother? The mere fact that a lot of Israelites, even though they're not even though they're not saying salvation is only in the 10 Commandments, a lot of Israelites believe on the Messiah. But why would I take time as a believer, as an apologist, why would I take time and break down all of the different camps? This is what Kelly and Major believe, and this is the other guy, Divine Prospect over here, ISUPK. This is what these guys teach over here in GMS. It's not really beneficial. I'm sorry. It's not really beneficial to break down and teach all of that, because people would say, if these guys are teaching this, if ISUPK, if GOCC is teaching this one thing, people would start looking into it. And we don't really want people to start looking into certain things. Christians don't know enough as it is. Christians don't read enough Bible as it is, so we don't want to mix them up with certain things. So we'll throw out blanket statements. All them guys ain't right. Salvation ain't in no color. And there's a whole bunch of Israelites there's a whole bunch of Israelite church camps or congregations where white people it isn't what it is. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Now, I spoke, like I said, I was talking about something that I'm teaching in Sunday seminary, just discussing certain things, because there are a lot of apologists. Listen, if it's not knowing any better, or it's because this is gang life, it's because of politics, you got to say certain things. So if I'm a bang, I got to bang on all of y'all. I'm not doing it. I'll tell people, it's Israelites that y'all don't even know about, that's not on sign of the TV, that's not on the corner with costumes on. And this is just keeping it this is just keeping it 100. But for the most part, Christians don't want to hear that. And apologists, teachers being out here, a lot of times we just got to give them blanket statements. Stay away from Freemasonry, they all love the devil. Stay away from the Israelites, they all going to hell, and they trying to tell you to keep the commandments, and they don't love Jesus. And all type of crazy stuff. And listen, this is what it is. I just wanted to drop this video, but I'm going to say names. To the funny pastor, I'm going to say names. It doesn't make a difference, and I don't have to come asking nobody about saying no names. This is just how it is. Israelites, listen, if y'all want to keep the commandments, keep the commandments. Y'all can prove to me through the Bible, and I'm not mad that people kept the commandments in the first century. I don't know how they did it. That they were Christian, they were Israelites. The first Christians were Israelites. That's a whole nother story. Well, my name is Berean.